Just days before the world's eyes turn to the NATO summit, President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine has sent a message that, honestly, cannot be ignored. His words are sharp, his tone urgent. Zelensky warns that time is running out, not just for Ukraine, but for the security of Europe and the world. He says that the decisions NATO makes now will shape the future. The timing is no accident. As leaders from across the alliance gather, Zelensky wants to make sure Ukraine's fight is not forgotten. He knows that support from NATO could mean the difference between survival and defeat. The stakes are high, and the risks are real. In his latest warning, Zelensky does not mince words. He calls on NATO to act now, not tomorrow. He says every day of hesitation is another day of suffering for our people. The world is watching. So are the people of Ukraine who hope for action. This is not just another speech. It is a plea for help, a call to arms, and a challenge to the world's most powerful military alliance. Zelensky's warning is a reminder. History is being written in real time. It began on February 24, 2022. Russian tanks rolled across Ukraine's border, missiles struck cities. The world watched in shock as war returned to Europe. President Zelensky, a former comedian-turned-leader, stood firm. He refused to flee. Instead, he called for help. From the first days, Zelensky looked to NATO. He asked for weapons, for air defense, for a no-fly zone. "Give us the tools and we will finish the job," he said in March 2022. Some help came, missiles, tanks, and ammunition. But honestly, never enough to turn the tide completely. Each NATO summit brought new promises, but also new questions. Over 2 years have passed. The fighting grows fiercer. Russia has launched new offensives. Ukraine, battered but unbroken, continues to resist. Zelensky's appeals have grown more desperate. He has warned that delays in support only help Russia. Now, as the 2025 NATO summit approaches, Zelensky's warning is clear. The timeline is closing. If we wait, we lose, he told reporters last week. The world faces a choice: act now or risk losing Ukraine. This moment is a turning point. The decisions made now will be remembered for generations. Zelensky's warning is not just about weapons or money, it's about the future of Europe. In his speech to NATO leaders, he said, "If Ukraine falls, the next war will not wait long. It will come to your borders." These words have echoed through the halls of power in Brussels and Washington. He pleaded for faster delivery of air defense systems. He asked for clear pathways to NATO membership. "We are not asking for charity," Zelensky said. "We are asking for solidarity." His message is simple: help Ukraine now or face greater danger later. NATO leaders have reacted with concern. Some, like Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz, promise more weapons. Others urge caution. US President Joe Biden said, "We stand with Ukraine, but we must act wisely." There is unity, but also hesitation. The seriousness of Zelensky's warning cannot be overstated. It is a call to defend not just Ukraine, but the values NATO was built to protect. NATO's choices now will have consequences far beyond Ukraine. If the alliance acts boldly, it could help end the war and deter future aggression. But if it hesitates, Russia may see weakness. That could embolden not only Moscow, but other rivals around the world. Ukraine's fate is tied to NATO's credibility. If promises are not kept, trust in the alliance will suffer. Countries on NATO's eastern edge, like Poland and the Baltic states, are watching closely. They know they could be next if Russia is not stopped. The world is also watching. China, Iran, and North Korea are studying NATO's moves. If Ukraine is abandoned, they may take risks of their own. The rules that have kept peace in Europe for decades could unravel. This is why Zelensky's warning matters. It is about more than one country. It is about the future of global security. All eyes now turn to the NATO summit. Will leaders deliver the support Ukraine needs? Or will they choose caution over action? The decisions made in the coming days will send a message to friend and foe alike. Watch for announcements on new weapons packages, especially air defenses. Pay attention to any talk of Ukraine's path to NATO membership. Look for signs of unity or division among alliance members. Every word, every handshake will be analyzed. If NATO fails to act, the war could drag on. Ukraine may lose more ground. Russia could grow bolder. If NATO steps up, the balance could shift. The risks are high, but so are the rewards. The world is holding its breath. The next moves will shape the future. President Zelensky's warning is a wake-up call. It is a reminder that history does not wait. The choices made now will decide not just the fate of Ukraine, but the peace and security of Europe and beyond. NATO faces a test of its unity and resolve. Will it rise to the challenge or falter in the face of danger? The answer will be written in the days to come. As citizens, we must watch closely. We must demand accountability from our leaders. The world stands at a crossroads. What happens next will echo for years. It is a time for courage, for clarity, and for action. The warning has been given. Now the world must choose its path.